Kill Team Skya, known as the Warp-Fang Scourge, is a brutal Skaven warband that has emerged from the warp, twisted by its energies and devoted to the ascension of the Horned Rat as a true Chaos God. Led by the brilliant yet utterly deranged warlock engineer Skrax Voltclaw, this force is a nightmarish fusion of Skya technology, warp-infused mutations, and repurposed Imperial and Chaos elements. Their mission? To spread the influence of the Horned Rat through sabotage, biochemical warfare, and sheer overwhelming sniper firepower. They use devastating warp technology, rat ogre monstrosities, and even bribed ogrin mercenaries lured by the promises of limitless power through warpstone consumption.
Hey guys, welcome back to Twinhammer. Today we are going to be covering how to make a display board in under 30 minutes. You have the idea for your team, you built, you painted it, now you want to make a display to bring to your local tournament, to bring to Worlds, and you say, how do I capture the storyline of my unit, of my kill team, of my Warcry warband? And today we're going to be covering how to not only do that quickly, effectively, but how to do that step by step. We're going to be filming the process for you using very cheap, very easy, very quick process. So right now we've got our Skaven, and I can display these and bring them around on this beautiful Cobalt Keep display, and it's all magnetized. You see they're all magnetized. Here, the Ogrin, and I have them in a beautiful glass case. That will be a nice display, but it doesn't capture the theme. It doesn't capture the storyline that we want to create. So what I was doing is, when you are thinking about it, I like to take and build and start with an artist panel, just something really easy. So here we go. We've got our artist panel. It literally says $3 from Dollarama. It's about maybe 12 inches by 15 inches, and you will have the ability to just put everything on there, and you want to give yourself a really good dimension to start. What I'm concepting with this, before we even build it, this is it. This is how it looks right now. Before we even build it, what I did is I was at Canadian Tire, found these mouse traps. Look at these mouse traps right here. The whole concept of the Ratling team is they have these traps that I've built here. Little traps with literally cheese. So my goal is, how do I make these look like they're part of the Warhammer and the 40K universe, and how do I capture the theme of the Ratling team, that they are all snipers. They've set up all their traps, their haywire mines, they've set up the ammo caches, and they've set up the razor wire, which in the new version of Kill Team, it's so amazing. This game is incredible. You get to set up equipment on the field, lay traps for other people, and really funnel the team into mines and different things. It's really immersive experience, and it's the best tabletop wargaming experience I've ever played. So we're really excited about that. So the concept, we are going to make all of these mines, and we're going to make it as if the team is facing somebody and they've got all these mines set up. And what we've done with our free box of Skaven Tide, we actually have a little bit of walls that we are going to add right at the back, and that's going to make it a three-dimensional experience. We want to have the three-dimensional experience to your board. You want, just like when you're preparing food, you don't want it to be flat. You want it to be a little bit of dynamic portions for your storyline. You want some height on the board. And so the Rat Ogres already provide some height over the Ratlings. So we're going to put the Ratlings in the front, Rat Ogres in the back, and then we're going to have our Skaven theme in the back. But you don't even need to utilize sprues or anything like that. We're just using them because we got them for free, and we might as well use them. They're going to be such a great display. And then we're going to put one of our little, I guess, acrylic tokens that is going to glow like the warpstone glow. And what's that going to do? It's going to capture our storyline that we wanted to create of this Clan Skyer, Kill Team Clan Skyer. They're the ones who use all the warpstone. They've come through a warp portal into the 40,000th millennium. Because they are classically in Age of Sigmar, we wanted to portal them through one of our favorite things is conversion and converting teams from Age of Sigmar into the 40,000th millennium. So you're taking them from a medieval setting to a Star Wars far in the future type setting. And we really want to capture that feel. So that's what we're going to do today. That's the concept. That's the storyline. You just need to have a concept in your mind. ChatGPT will help you flesh it out. Certainly in the intro that you saw, we used ChatGPT and we used a lot of cool effects and dynamics to get that what we wanted. So here we go, guys. We are going to attempt in 30 minutes to get this whole board done. We're going to use sand, we're going to prime it, and then we are going to dry brush it and paint it up, and it's going to be great. So we're going to prime it first. I'm going to prime the wood as well with the black chaos primer. And then we are going to utilize the same theme that we did with the bases here. But first we're going to plan out where it's all going. And we're going to put the immersive experience of our rats who are actually going to be on the board. So here we go. Okay, so right here what I've got is I've got basic sand. I've got my wall, which is going to provide the depth. And I've got my 2 mouse traps who are going to provide interest. Alternatively, you can also add this diorama effects, which is really good, but it needs to dry first. If we're doing something like this, which requires a bit of speed, then we're not going to add that. I just want to keep it simple, right? So we've just got our diorama. Now this is ready for primer. And what we're going to do, we're going to use this chaos black primer and we are going to go from here. So literally this is just taking me 5 minutes, just a basic amount of sand, enough to be dry brushed. And now we have our display. It's small enough that actually most of my team will be filling this display. So I actually don't have to worry about covering and the details too much. We're gonna add this and then we're gonna add a little bit of leaves and other effects to make it really cool and filled out at the end, which is gonna be really nice. We can add these leaves, we can add these leaves, but right now I'm not concerned with that. This is good enough for priming and then it's good enough to start my painting process. 10 minutes in. All right, everybody. So now I've got my priming shoebox. So I'm in a condo right now. I've primed in a house and different things before, but I use a priming shoebox so that it can be literally all contained within the shoebox. And I'm just gonna get that. I'm gonna apply the primer. Okay, it's important to make sure you have, oh, it's really windy out here. So it's important to make sure that you have a good, well-ventilated area and make sure that the primer is not going anywhere. So now this is what it looks like post the application of the Chaos Black primer. And we do just need to let this rest before we paint it up. Just let it rest for a little bit. Now that everything's good, we're gonna take a layer of Administratum Gray. We're going to just wipe it off like this on there. And we're gonna make sure it's wiped. And we're going to see already, you can tell this has some more depth to it. And when we're dry brushing, it's the easiest technique. And look at that, skeleton already has some more depth to it. Flavor as well, some darkness, some extra gray, some extra texture and darkness here with the pools of this contrast paint. So could be a cool effect. Let's see how it turns out. They're coming out of the warp. This technical glow is really good. So on top of our white, we can put it just straight on with the technical glow right here, just like that. And you see it's already got a nice glowing effect here. I'm gonna apply this area liberally, this green glow, because we want it to seem like it's coming out of the Skaven portal. They're coming out of this Skaven portal here. So we're gonna apply this green glow and it's gonna be affecting, it's gonna be coming through on all the boards where you see it peeking through, and we'll let it just hit the sides, put it more where the warpstone is. We'll just do like that, and then I forget the other side sometimes, so go like this, and we'll just put it on the other side too. And this would be kind of like a magical portal where they're coming through for maximum brightness here. So we're going to do this just like that, just like this, and we're actually going to kind of highlight this guy too, just make him stand out a bit too, because it's cool. He's another big part of our Skaven symbolage here. So wherever there's the runes, this is our skeleton. So he's just a really interesting piece of the puzzle here. So we just want to get that going there. And if it's a little too much, we're going to spread it around a little bit. Just make sure that that glow is in all, just like that. And as that's drying, we can also heat up our mouse traps as well with a little bit of the glow, just to make it seem kind of like cool and in with the effect here, just like that, just like this with the Victor. So it looks like mouse traps, but now it's imbued with chaos, with the Chaos Skaven sorcery here. Green warp fire is very indicative of the Skaven, so this is going to be really good. And then once this dries, we're going to put it straight on our guys, and we can already start bringing our guys in a little bit here. All right, at this point, you can check out how you guys are starting to look on it. So it's going to look amazing. It's going to look ominous. It's going to look great. And then I'm going to put this right here. So then when our blue light is shining, so already it has a kind of shine just with this Tesseract glow, is actually got quite a nice shine to it already. So when I put this here in the back, it looks like they're going to come through the massive portal in the back, and that's going to give some shine already to it. And we already have the shine on. The model. So when I put this back here, just showing like that, when I'm planning to put that back there, and that's going to be like a massive warp portal that they're all coming through, and then this green is going to be already showing as part of that. So it's going to be really good.
Okay, so right now I've got all of the steps that you saw, and I've put now the laser cut plants on, a few laser cut plants, but I put most of them on the bases. And the cool thing about having a small board is that most of your bases cover the majority of the board. So all the plants and everything that I put on the little bases of my actual guys now will be the display on the board. So I think just the next step here, now that I've got everybody on the board, it looks great so far. I'm really getting this kind of warp portal. They're coming out of the warp portal, and they've started making traps in different scenarios here, which is really cool. I'm going to put the warp portal in the back with super glue now that it's dried, and then we are going to put a few more plants on, and then from there we should be pretty much ready to rock. And that's it. It's only like 20 minutes. I just put the rocks down, a couple of little dry brushes, especially on the back there, and then a little bit of the warp glow, just to add some warp glow effects on everywhere. And then we're really just looking for a cool effect from 4 feet away, right? I'm not painting meticulously the entire board, but we want to have some amazing effects so that even with a dark board, your dark models will actually show through. And because they're rat ogres and ogrin and ratlings, you actually don't want them to be too clean of a look either. So everything is playing into the overall effect.
Now, what I want to do is just apply my favorite Midnight Glow. This is one of my favorite paint sets. And then I just get a liberal dollop, and I'm just going to put a perfect yellow. This yellow highlight is crazy. It goes on just like that, straight out of the bottle. And that's going to help this to be really glowing in and of itself with the fire. So now that, you see how bright this is here? That's so bright. So now we're just going to go through, and just with that little bit on the tip of my brush, you can see my brush is glowing too. And I've just made this into its own bright light, just with this Midnight Glow, just like that. But then the Midnight Glow is like this. It's crazy. So you can really bring some beautiful effects onto your painting project, just like that. So this whole thing is going to be lit up beautifully. And I'm doing that with one hand, by the way, while my second hand has a chicken breast in it, because you got to get that protein.
All right, guys, so I'm back, and we have made our Skaven board right below us. And basically what I did, I set up with two lights here, boom, just like that. And it's shooting into the warp portal. And basically in just a little bit of time, in 30 minutes, with a little bit of just fake plants that I set up, it gives a really, really good full effect with glowing lights, amazing difference, and just really with minimal effort, a very cool effect, right? Because we want to be giving the effects. So now I'm going to, what I did on ChatGPT is I looked up what I wanted to say. So here I am, and so here's my Skaven kill team here. And this is my kill team Skyer, and I'm going to try to make a dramatic entrance to match it with the slow motion video I've been doing. So,
Kill Team Skyer, known as the Warp-Fang Scourge, is a brutal Skaven warband that has emerged from the warp, twisted by its energy.
All right, let's try that out. Let's go, baby.
hey guys, so this was how to make a cool display board that captures your whole theme and essence in just 30 minutes. All we did was utilize a $3 Dollarama wooden board, some elements from our Skaven Tide set, and some elements of glow-in-the-dark paints and glow-in-the-dark tokens that we got from another token set that was just leftover token bits, and a little bit of just ingenuity with mouse traps and capturing the crazy cunning of this Skaven team, and we made that really cool backstory for them. And that is what Warhammer is all about. It's about tabletop chess wargaming mixed with incredible storylines, mixed with competitions, and mixed with great friends. Speaking of, this weekend, I'm about to go play real life kill team. We're going to do some paintball, and then we have a local tournament at Chimera, which I'm going to be bringing these guys. This is why I wanted to make it, because Chimera is awesome, James is awesome, and he's going to be judging this. So this is for you, James, and we're coming. Chimera, it's going to be amazing.
For everybody out there, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're going to be coming out with a lot of cool things like this to help you out, and hopefully this was informative, and let us know what displays you guys have done before, and let us know what your ideas for displays will be coming up. Thank you so much, guys. See you at the next episode of Twinhammer.